Well, I finally got my inspection done on my car. That was in a sense, stressful handful of days. But I just got the car back to race mode or race setup, race spec, whatever it be. Everything was, back to stock and whatnot. I gotta do a little bit, certain situation with the tune, but I'm kind of prepping for maybe doing a car show tomorrow. So I'm kind of doing little things, but kind of the bigger thing about it is, I gotta clean the car. That's kind of a big thing because it is dirty from probably almost 200 miles of driving in 2 days or more. I don't know. Which kind of sucked, but it is what it is. But what I'm really gonna do is kind of take, sadly, probably maybe grams of weight out, which is nothing crazy or anything. But I saw a picture, like part of a video of a rally car. I can't remember 100% what it was, but it was more noticeable in the back when they popped the trunk, but they had holes drilled. You can see them. I already marked them out, but they had holes drilled in kind of these arms. I did. It kind of looks like, I don't even know what you want to call it. But I got tons and tons of dots and stuff. I got some windshield's dirty, or sure, I think that's what it is. Whatever. In the back, more or less underneath. Probably can't 100% see it, but I got some. Wow. Oh, just whacked my elbow off the mirror. Whoever said it was a funny bone needs to be shot. Yow. Okay. Not a funny bone. That's a get really annoyed because it hurts a lot. Okay, focus. I got dots, a little bit in the hood. Here in the I'll explain something in a second. Some in the in the radiator support, core support, in the upper part, because there's kind of a gap, so it's not a big deal. But the biggest problem getting inspected is this little stupid actuator that actuates these flaps that control airflow. Aerodynamics helps with fuel economy. That was mounted in the lower grill, which I have no use. This is a flipping race car. Why would you need that? But Dodge engineers or whatever brain dead idiots decided, we'll connect and have fan performance, and we'll throw in check engine light, if there's a problem with this, module or whatever actuator. And so I got lucky. The night before I was gonna try again to get it inspected, an FCA engineer, technically field engineer, out of the blue, after I made a post on Facebook, got in contact with me. I talked to him a little bit, and pretty much this little arm right here needs to see some sort of resistance on each side. And this one fell out. I was wondering if that would happen. So I gotta glue it back in there. But it's got to see some sort of resistance, showing that it's, you know, like opening and closing. So that was the way to trick it, and I pretty much just zip tied it. It's hard to see on my upper kind of funnel, whatever, air directional piece, whatever it be. Yeah, but other than that, I've marked, you know, some spots, major areas. I still gotta mark that one. Kind of, you know, basic thing. Quick look, you know. Ooh, that would have sucked if I lost that. It kind of makes it easy, and quick to go in, pop the hood, or I'll be doing it underneath, but, you know, look and see, oh, all the lines are marked, you know, relatively lined up, no problem, you know, move on to the next thing. It's, you know, basically made for, you know, speed of checking. You know, if there's a problem, obviously the lines aren't going to be lined up, you know, with, you know, the head of the bolt or nut or whatever it be is not lined up with, you know, whatever the surface that doesn't technically move whatsoever, or I should say does not rotate on itself. But other than that, what I'm going to get to right now is I'm going to start drilling the holes for them. I'll probably do the trunk, which is going to take a little bit of time, but I got 6 new 3/8 drill bits, so stuff should go pretty fast. And then do the ones in the hood. I hope I don't kind of screw myself. I can't remember the rules if you're not allowed to take weight out of the hood or whatnot. But it's aluminum hood, so who cares? But other than that, I'm going to get to it. And, you know, get some stuff done. So, frankly, yeah, here we go. It's been a couple, whatever amount of days. It is what it is. But I ran into a problem that's kind of an annoying problem. That sucks. Is I just got the window motors out. This one with the module, if you can see the difference, has the module. This is the front. Go away, fly. The front, the original, I should say, original front window motor. Fly, go away, please. And then this is the original rear, and I swapped front to back because this one's more simple. It's direct, and how I have everything set up, it works well, besides the pasture one now. So what I'm hoping is I can rip, or not rip, but unbolt, unscrew, whatever, the rear, well, technically now rear, window motor, and swap it onto the front, the one that I have now. Oh, I forgot. Last thing I was doing was drilling those holes for weight reduction and stuff. I didn't get too much farther because then I ran into a problem with the tuning stuff. The tuning, I couldn't write the actual race tune back in. The last whatever amount of flipping days has been crazy ridiculous. So hopefully let's get a win and fly, piss off. Get a win and try to, that's odd. Try to get this passenger side working again. So what I'm gonna do is set you up on apparently POV camera head thing. And this shouldn't take too long to do. So yeah, let's get going. I think the motors look a little bigger between these, so maybe that was the problem, was the rear. Technically the rear motor was not powerful enough, and you know, it just smoked itself out trying to work that bigger front window. So maybe that's the problem. So if this works, I'm probably going to do the same thing on the other side, because eventually that's probably what's going to happen on the driver's side. So fly. So yeah, let me set you guys up and let me get going. Throw some sort of music on. I have no idea, and get to work, solve this problem. It shouldn't take too long. So here we go. Okay, so I got the sucker figured out. I had to take a minute and think a little bit, and I completely forgot how these kind of attach and get power. So what I had to do, this was the original motor for this one that I'm using, and they're a little different, not much, but this is the original front. For the front windows, the original one, so it was through module, so they had like little slots that connected to other slots and whatnot, whatever. But this one apparently came out as a whole unit, so I had to take this apart, or not apart, but separate this unit from this unit, and obviously this one looks different because the connector comes with it, but it went together. They're a little different. On this one, the bigger one, there's some sort of guide that went in between this little ball and then the brass connection. I can't think right now. I'm trying to get this done, but in between here, so pretty much all I did was take them out, kind of compared them real quick and see if they would work. And, you know, they're about the same size. There's very little differences. But this motor is definitely bigger. As, maybe like so. As you can see the difference in size. So fingers are crossed. I got my lines lined up, so I shouldn't have a problem slapping this in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get these screws in, and then I'll be right back with yous when I go to attempt a test and see if this works. Plug it in, get it mounted in, and see what happens. Then if it works, then I just gotta mount this one in the old one, then put the rear one back in. It's not gonna matter much anyways. One of these days I'm going to do the rear windows, and there's a little small side glass. I'm gonna do that Lexan, so those are done, and I can take out the inner parts. It's a complicated system how they had the windows operating and, you know, moving around, but again, what I'm gonna do is get this bolted, screwed in, more or less, and then get back with you. So I'll be back. Okay, let's see what happens. That's a bad day. I know I got power and ground and everything's working. I'm just gonna have to get a new motor or do a lot better testing. Always some sort of disappointment. I'm gonna end the video there. I gotta figure out what I want to do next. Fix the window is a major thing, you know, working. So yeah, I'm gonna figure that out and jeez. See you in the next video. Psych. Video is not over. Apparently, my issue was a connection issue. So, I'll be getting like dielectric grease. I mean, the pins aren't very big, so there can't be a whole lot of clearance, issue that's causing that problem. So I'm just gonna get dielectric grease, I think today or tomorrow or sometime this week, and just tap it in the connectors. But, I did kind of see a difference when it did eventually kind of work versus the original small motors that were in that unit and the one that I took out what's supposed to be the front. There was, you know, a noticeable difference. It kind of wasn't, how do I put it, like struggling. I wouldn't say struggling, but like lagging, you know. It was like a lack of torque, power, you know, whatever it be with the smaller one. So I definitely am going to switch out the driver one, just switch out the motors, and go with the bigger motors in the units that are in the doors now. Well, the front doors, because the rear windows, I'm not going to do anything. And eventually, again, I think I said it earlier, that I am going to go with Lexan with the windows and the little side windows, and then eventually eventually in the long run, probably the only thing that's going to stay original glass is probably the front windshield. Probably do the back, and then eventually the front windows with, you know, those little sliding doors if you ever seen them in race cars or, you know, mainly rally cars. But I might, I don't know, I still might keep the front two side windows still glass so they go up and down. I don't know how Lexan acts when you hit it with like a, whatchamacallit, like a window breaker. I got interrupted. I have no idea where I left off, but pretty much in a sense of, I still have no idea where I'm going with this. Sucks being interrupted. But pretty much, you know, I measured everything. Everything was pretty similar. And then I kind of just, when I swapped to the bigger motor, for the front windows, I pretty much just, you know, found a battery on the ground and slapped power and ground to the two pins and see what would happen, and stuff moved. So, you know, so then I figured, because I had power and ground to from the connector going to the motor, I had, you know, 12 volts, both positive and negative, because obviously I'm switching polarity, so, you know, that's what'll happen, as in, you know, making the window go up and down, if you don't know what that means, in a simple sense. Then, you know, I started wiggling stuff around, and it started moving. So it's a connection issue. Dielectric grease should hopefully help it. It's not a long-term solution, but it's a short-term. But I know it works is the biggest thing. And I just put it up anyways. So right now, what I'm gonna do is swap. I wasn't going to, but then I'm like, why not? Then the motor's a little bigger and it works easier. It doesn't smoke the littler motor, and, you know, there's, you know, less likelihood of something going wrong. A decrease of Murphy's Law. If something can go wrong, it will go wrong. So a little less of a decrease of something going wrong. Because in rally, I think you're only allowed about an inch of the window down But, you know, when I'm racing, I wouldn't even have it down whatsoever. It'd be always up. And then when I was at Black River Rally, I found that out driving the stages a little bit. I had the passenger window down, and a flipping rock really early on decided to go flying through the window. So I understand why they do that. You know, I'd have it up anyways. It's kind of, you know, closes off the environment in the car, and you just kind of have the car as your surroundings instead of hearing the outside noise. But other than that, I'm gonna swap them. So somehow the video ended a lot better than I thought it was. Cool, isn't it? So yeah, now I'm gonna end the video there. I'm a little more happy, I guess. I don't know. Still a little issue with the connection, but dielectric grease again will help it. So yeah, end the video there. Like, subscribe. You know, keep watching. It helps. So I don't know. Maybe start heading towards some secret squirrel concept stuff. Maybe wingish next. I don't know. You know, surprise for the next video. Who knows? But yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.